Hello and welcome to another inside look at the ASUP family. In today's video, we're going to be talking about step-by-step procedures that we take during an investigation. Now, for the most part, when we do an investigation, the client has to reach out to us. In order to do that, you have to go to asupinc.org. And at the top of the link, there's actually top of the page, there's a link that is for investigation requests. Once you click on that link, it'll give you a form to fill out. Fill that form out, submit it, and it'll take us sometimes up to 7 business days in order to get back to you. Once that reply has been made, we'll set up a time for our lead investigator to come out and actually do an interview for the most part, where we talk to the owners of the household and find out what's going on and build a rapport with the clients. After that initial interview, a lead investigator will come back and we'll discuss what's the proper procedures and moving forward next. Once we've decided that we're going to move forward with investigating a location, our historian gets to work into digging up all the background information they can about the location, including any deaths that may have happened on the property, any significant battles that might have taken place near the property, any sort of major disturbance that might have taken place on the property. That way we have all the information that we need going forward when we're doing the investigation. Now, in that time frame, when the historian is doing their background check, our lead investigator will be reaching out to the clients and going out and interviewing and talking with them some more, just to make sure that we're on point with the information that we're getting. Once all that information is gathered, we will set up a time to actually come out and do an investigation. Now, from the time we make the initial reply to the time we actually do the investigation normally takes about a month, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter, depending on the situation. Once we arrive at the location, the lead investigator will do one last walkthrough with family members just to make sure if there's any new developments that have happened since the last time they spoke. They will also be double checking all the hotspot areas that we need to make sure that we're checking out during an investigation to try and gather as much information as we can. Once the lead investigator is done with that final walkthrough, they'll come back and divide the team up into 2 groups. One is the tech group and one group is floor plan and property sketchers. What this group does is they will walk around the entire house sketching out a floor plan and the basic layout of the house. And while they're doing that, they will also be getting EMF reading throughout the house, so we have a base reading for when we actually come in and do our investigations. Now, at the same time that group is going around and writing down EMF, there's another person in that group that's going to be walking around taking pictures of the property, just so we can compare it with our evidence pictures that we may get later to see if there's any significant changes. And while that first team is going through doing their sketches, the lead investigator will walk through with the lead tech person in order to mark throughout the house where they want to set up the cameras and where they want to set up audio equipment and other forms of equipment, just so we know where to place them, where the hot spots are. At that point, the lead tech will go back, gather their team, and send them throughout the house to set up the cameras. While they're setting up, they'll be setting up headquarters where, while people are not investigating, they'll actually be waiting by the headquarters area. Now, in the headquarters area, this is the area where all the investigators are going to hang out before they go in and do the investigation. Now, they're not just hanging out there. They're actually going to be watching the DVR for anything that may come up and writing it down. There's also, if there's any audio placed out in the field, there's going to be people set up with headphones listening to the audio while it's feeding through and writing down anything that they get. Once the tech team is done setting everything up, the lead investigator will come back and divide everybody up into teams. Now, those teams have a certain amount of time that they will be going through the property in order to investigate, while everybody else is waiting in the headquarters area. Now, once all of the teams have gone through the property and the lead investigator is satisfied with the investigation, we will sit down and do what is called a K2 session. Now, during this K2 session, we're gathered questions from the historian, from the homeowners, from the lead investigator, and these would be questions that we ask and we're looking for certain responses for. Now, once the K2 session is done, our team will go through and break down everything and hopefully leave the property in the same condition, if not better condition, than when we found it. Now, after that point, it is up to each individual investigator to go over the evidence they may have collected and make sure to fill out the proper forms and send them all back so the evidence team can actually go through everything. So if evidence makes it from the investigator to the evidence team and the evidence team feels it's something significant, it goes on for further processing to make sure that these are legitimate evidence and not can be explained away. Now, at the same time, the evidence team is now getting all the video from the investigation, all the audio that was recorded, and we're sorting through all that stuff as well to see if there's anything. And again, it goes from the evidence team higher up in order to debunk or prove that it is significant evidence. Now, this may take a little bit of time, up to 3 weeks to a month, in order for all that information to get gathered and for us to get it back to the client. Once all the reports and all the evidence have been compiled together, our group leader, Bill, will take that and go to the client to show them what we've gathered. Once again, thank y'all for checking out Inside Look at the ASUP family. If you or anybody in your family has something that they want us to investigate, don't be afraid to reach out to us at www.asupinc.org. If you liked the video, please hit the thumbs up button down below. If you didn't like it, hit the thumb down button below. Either way, if you want to see more of these videos, please hit the subscribe button. Thanks for checking us out.